Wow, you guys, I never thought this would happen, but former Teen Mom 2 star Kieffer Delp, Janelle Evans's one true love, in my humble opinion, just announced that he had a baby girl. Well, his baby mama had a baby girl anyway, and I am just floored by the entire ordeal. Before announcing the birth of his daughter, he took to his Twitter account to announce being almost 9 months clean. Quote, and on everything, I wouldn't give this up for anything. There's no going back now, plain and simple, which I think is amazing. He deserves a round of applause for that because that cannot be easy. He wasn't on any, just anything. He was on that hard stuff, which now they were doing heroining. He just served a stint in jail for, exploding his meth lab. Like the guy was doing a lot of really terrible things, things that are really hard to cut off, right? So if he truly is 9 months clean and sober from all of that, kudos to him. And then next, he posted a photo of himself with, who might be the reason for his newfound sobriety. None other than his daughter, Izzybelle. I really hope they did not spell her name like this. If her name is Izzybelle, I hope they spelt it properly. But with this being Kieffer Delp and, just knowing the level of consciousness that he exists on, it probably is spelt this way. But anyway, he posted a picture of him giving her a bottle saying, there is no going back now, 117, hashtag Izzybelle. I really hope, again, that is just a nickname for her and not really truly the way that they spelled that girl's name. Whew. Anyway, you guys, you might remember Kieffer and his green hoodie from his days of dating Janelle Evans on Teen Mom 2. I believe the two of them lasted 2 to 3 years together, and that relationship was just so iconic to the Teen Mom franchise. I can hear Janelle's flip-flops thwacking in the wind, chasing after his car now. I can hear her, I can hear him yelling that was his change jar, like, being a felon ain't illegal. Like this guy really, he was a huge part of the Teen Mom, success in my humble opinion, just because of his relationship and the dynamic that he had with Janelle Evans. So listen, the two of them were a mess on the show, of course, but I really do hope that, with him talking about his newfound sobriety and everything like that, and how, it coincides with the birth of his daughter, I really hope that this is the new him and that he never goes back to that lifestyle, right? Because at this point, his daughter, she did not ask to be born. And so, when you bring a child into this world that didn't ask for anything, you have to do your best to be clean, to be sober, and to be successful. Okay, so it's time to get a job. No more meth labs, Kieffer. You need to get a real job and provide for your wonderful new daughter. I'm so happy for you and I am so proud of you for getting sober for her. But now it's time to get some employment and get some coin for her so that she can live the level of life that she deserves to live. Right? I think this is, exciting news for Kieffer, and I wonder if he's going to continue sharing his journey with us on social media. Now that I think of it, I don't really know of many, because, there are mommy influencers, there are daddy influencers, there are mommy, stepdaddy influencers, but are there, influencers of people who, and there probably are, it's not my demographic, because, I don't, watch parent influencers outside of this show, of course, and but is there a demographic of people, and I'm not, into rugs or anything like that, but a demographic of people like Kieffer who had a very rough life, rough battles with sobriety, unemployment, etc., poverty, who become, parents and then share their journey of how their children motivated them to stay clean or anything like that. I'm really curious about it. And actually just now thinking about it and now being home in Ottawa, there reminds me of someone that I knew who used to I won't say he was into gangs or anything like that, but he was running with the wrong crowd as a teenager. It was a group of people who were never going to go to college or university or trade school or anything. They were just going to slum it, I guess, through life, not really working, that type of stuff. And then he got a girl pregnant and just something clicked in his mind that he needed to make it. And this guy became so successful, so young. He hustled his butt off. He started owning a club or something like that. Then he moved into owning real estate, writing books, having a show here on our local, stuff. I still remember his face and his name, and it was a very inspiring story, when you think about people like Kieffer and you go, oh my God, like, I really hope he can get it together. Like, yeah, all hope is not exactly lost, like maybe he really can just go ahead and transform his life based on the birth of his daughter. I know someone who completely transformed their life. Granted, this person was not hooked on drugs or anything like that. They did not have a meth lab, but they weren't going down the right direction, right? And now this person is super successful, owns a lot of real estate here, US and in Latin America, where the person is from. And they do seminars and like they have a show and stuff. And so I think that would be really interesting to like see his journey of like balancing sobriety and fatherhood and everything like that, and potentially being employed, like gainfully, properly employed for the first time in his life. I'd be rooting for that kind of a journey. I'm actually going to go look that up. Probably not right now because I don't feel like it, but maybe like eventually, when you get into bed and you're not yet sleepy and you're scrolling, I might scroll for something like that to see if there are influencers like that, of people who had really, really, really rough lives, like rug infested lives. And then like, they get pregnant or they get someone pregnant and they just completely turn it around cold turkey. I really am rooting for people like that because it's not easy. So Kieffer, I'm happy for you on your 9 months of sobriety. I am rooting for you in your journey of fatherhood. I really hope that you give your daughter Izzy the life that she deserves. She's a cute little baby. Look at her with her juicy little baby arms and legs and stuff like that. Take good care of her and take good care of yourself in the process. Guys, how do you think Janelle Evans reacted to the news of Kieffer having a baby by somebody else? Let me know all your thoughts and opinions. And remember, being a father ain't illegal. See you in my next video, guys. Take care.